Well, it's been a while since I've put a video out on social media, but I was asked to officiate a funeral for a 98-year-old man who I greatly respect and admire and appreciated his friendship and encouragement. So it was a great honor for me. But in light of that, the topic of legacy came up. His legacy is already determined. Nothing I was going to say today was going to embellish or make it any better. That's the thing about legacy. It's our track record, so to speak. And it got me thinking about what is our legacy as leaders? What kind of leadership legacy are you leaving behind? Well, in order to discover that, it's going to take some moments of honest self reflection. You're going to have to just ask yourself some maybe hard questions. You might even need to talk to a few people that you trust and get their perspective. But one easy thing that helps you get started on understanding the sense of what kind of legacy you may be leaving as a leader is take a look behind you and what's in your wake. By that I mean, do you see people who have been under your leadership? Are they flourishing? Are they doing well? Have they become good leaders themselves? Do they seem healthy? Do they seem better for the experience? If so, then you probably have a pretty healthy, good leadership legacy going. On the other hand, if you turn around and you see people who were under or impacted by the influence of your leadership and they're struggling, they are not doing well, maybe they've been hurt, maybe they've become cynical or jaded, or maybe there's just debris in your path, and if that's the case, then maybe not such a healthy, good legacy of leadership being left behind. But regardless of what you discover, one, kudos to you for taking the time to self-reflect and ask the questions. But regardless of what you found, good, bad, iffy, starting in this moment, you can begin to change your leadership legacy. And you do that by making choices to invest in your team, to invest in people. Make sure that they have what they need to succeed. Be sure they're resourced, they have training, they have all the things needed that you provided for them to succeed. You become their cheerleader. As the leader, you now have the responsibility not for your success, but for the success of those you are leading. We often hear the term that leadership is influence. If that's so, then good leaders use that influence to serve and benefit those that they're leading. So that's the good news here today, regardless of what you see when you self-reflect. And again, kudos for doing that, and you should do it periodically. Whatever you found, good, bad, iffy, whatever, you can make a choice to begin to change and shape your leadership legacy differently. The days of transactional leadership of just do this, you do this, you do this, that's not what's working well in our current markets. The workplace is changing, and leaders are having to change with it. Becoming more transformational, being aware of what your team's needs are, being willing to invest in them, give them the best trainings that you can, find out about them. How are they as people? How can you help them continue to grow? Yep, you can begin to reshape your legacy. If you look back and you go, wow, I think it's pretty good. Well, good for you. Good job. Keep doing it. There is no time machine in leadership legacy. We can't go back and change it if what you saw wasn't good. But you can make the choice to change. You might have to educate yourself. You might need some training. You might need the benefit of some coaching. I know that that's helpful. I've helped a number of leaders make that switch from transactional to transformational. And they can change, and so can you, what your legacy of leadership is. Taking the time to do some self-reflection, ask the hard questions, get some input and feedback from others on this topic, that's an investment in you that will benefit you and those that you lead.